I'm Stephen and I'm seriously grieved with exploration with VOI special English. Image standing at the edge of a soul break. Hundreds of meters below you, a river water rolls by. You take a deep break and jump off the break. Hot fish in total air as a reaction to such excitement and fire. The hormone and adrenaline fall to your body. Here is nothing but a long rudder rope attached to your ankles, holding on to you very life. Some people call it crazy. Others say it's exciting. Whatever you may think, bungalia jumping has become a popular extreme sport all over the world. Bungalia jumping is not a new activity. Men on Penstock Island in the South Pacific have been doing land jumping for hundreds of years. The men see long finished from pine around these ankles. The 7-day building tower out of finish and low. Then they jump up these structures. It takes a great deal of skill to jump, community, correlty, and self. Land living for them in a inward cultural activity. According to her belief, the first land diver was a woman. She deferred to run away from her abusive husband. So she climbed up a tall tree and tied some vines around her feet. Her husband closed after her up the tree. He reached out to grab her, but the woman jumped and the man followed. The vines saved her life, but her husband died. Land diving has become a way in which taste is land means soul. Their bravery in front of the woman. People of the village sing loud song to show her support for the brave diver. This tradition now is also a way for the men to fight hard tables in public. For example, a man can discuss this marriage problem before the jump. The village, including his wife, must stand up listen. This ancient custom called the interest of some students at Oxford University in England. In the late 1970s, they formed a group called the Dangers Sport Club. They like to invent risky and something grace activities. They were some of the first people to test several of what are you call extreme sport. They are said to have inspired modern bungalia jumping. In the spring of 1979, a member of the group jumped off the Clifton suspension bridge in Bristol, England. They were attacked to the brake by a bunga cord. Along elastic rope that stage, they were dressed in black and white clothing and held bottles of complete wine. The fresh quick report on their real activities, the group soon record even more attention when they organize a bunga jam of the Gold Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. A name named Azeh Heck of New Zealand later heard about this group. He dived to make the sport in a business. Mr. Head worked with his friend Henry Van Age, who was an expert at skiing. They started developing bunga, rope and material. Science at Auckland University helped them. The two men know that people would find bunga jumping exciting and fun, and they know people would pay money for the experience. To show the world about bunga jumping, they held a major jump in 1987 of the famed Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. The latter got permission to open the first bunga jumping operation on the Carrow Bridge in Queenstown, New Zealand. Many people paid $75 to jump off the bridge with a bunga cord attached to her ankles. Mr. Heck worked hard to make sure the public knew how safe his material were. He developed a manhole to ground itself called the bunga code of practice. Bunga jumping might seem frightening, but it is a very safe activity if you go to a well-established bunga jumping community. People who work for bunga operation usually have a great deal of training and experience. They use very strong and careful made rubber roll. They cause a room based on the jumping body weights. This is so they can manage how much syrup starts when the person falls. The room attacker took a harness they left tied around the jumper ankles. Often, operators use a body harness as well. This is so that you have to reach the perfection in case one harness breaks. Good bunga operation make sure all equipment is in excellent condition. The result also do several checks to make sure all good ropes, harness and teeth are correctly attached. It is important to remember that this sport is not safe for everyone. People will have hip bone, fracture or a heart condition should not try jumping. People will back and knee injuries or who suffer from ALS should also applaud this sport. And remember, if you do not feel like expressing it yourself, you can also watch other people jump. Now you have jump. Walk out up and down several times on the rudder rope, and are hanging by your ankles in the mid of the air. You may be wondering that you are supposed to do. No, do not worry. The operation have different calls for getting you back to land raised up again. Oftentimes, a bunga guide, a rope will attach to your rope and help you back up to the court you jump from. One extreme sport community gave a warning on its website. It's worth that bunga jumping may hold to big smiles and the feeling of heaviness and excitement. Since it is beginning in New Zealand, commercial bunga jumping has spread to countries everywhere. One of the highest bunga jump in the world from a sturk is near Locarno. Switzerland offers the Verkasodom. The dove means 220 meters. In fact, Golden A, or there is the 216-meter jump for the Blokkerberg in South Africa. This is the highest single break in the world. Of course, not every place has a body of water with a break from which you can jump. Some is meant for after bunga jumping for grab machinery. In the Andres Mountain of Pure, you can visit action freely outside the city of Cusco. Visitor can jump from a metal box that held from cables high up in the air. Most of these companies can help you video recording a photographer of your jumping. This way, you can prove to your family back home that you were great angles to bunga. Now, extreme sport companies are finding ways to make bunga jumping even more frightening. Some offer bunga jumping at night, or jumping where you fall off a stroke backward. They are also bunga jumping for flying, helicopter, and hot balloons. You can also try bunga jumping for two. Some companies can harness two people together so you and a friend can experience the excitement. Hiking community even after a ski jump up the tall building in Macau. Just how far would you go to experience the first dose of bunga fair? Hosian Music will help run a bunga operation of the Victoria Falls Break between Zimbabwe and Zambia in Africa. He has been jumping from this 111-meter drop for many years. From the steel bridge you can see the giant water of Victoria Falls, one of the largest waterfalls in the world. Mr. Mugziniwak explained that very human being went to follow the rows of underline. He said, when you bunga jam, you thought of state and bad thinking behind. He said, you come back up with a new man. But what does a person who is new to bunga jumping think about this sport? Tim Roney recurrently traveled to Victoria Falls. He only had 24,007 in Zimbabwe. But the mud is sure he full-time jump up this from Palm Break toward the powerful Jamboree River. Here is what they had to say about the experience. Tim Roney. Hi, I am Tim Roney from Washington, D.C. Jumping up the break was one of the most spectacular, chaotic moments of my life. They hadn't really escorted to me until we got to the fall and we say the view. I'm different way, better way to get to know this view than to jump into it. I think that the jump had more of a scary impact on my girlfriend, who had to mark the whole thing to an observer. A bunga jam looked like a terribly violent process, but the actual experience of it is one of floating. You jump and you don't have any sensation of being tugged or falling or anything. You just are floating up and down. It is one of the most calm, wonderful things I have ever done. I recommend everybody do it. This program was written and produced by Dana Megai. I'm Steven Ember. And I'm Shirley Grip. You can read and listen to this program on our website. POI Special English.com. Join us again next week for exploration in POI Special English.